guys, it's me Faye here at Faye Desk, and you may have noticed that my background is different. I'm not in my bedroom, I'm at James's for the weekend because it's like our 2-year anniversary, so I booked off work and stayed around his for the weekend. And yeah, so I thought he's busy doing some computer work, so I thought that this would be a perfect time to get some videos done, as I have a lot coming up in the next sort of month or so, so I need to have a lot of videos uploaded. So I plan on being on a spree doing about 6 or 7 videos. And yeah, so this video that I'm going to be doing is for my Explore My Inner Fae series, and I am going to be talking about what I believe are the best parts of me. So I just thought this was a nice sort of fun, positive, like uplifting video, and thought maybe it would inspire you to think about what your favourite parts of you are, and maybe you could comment below with what your favourite parts of you are. It'd be really cool, sort of get like a whole like inspiration thing going on. So anyway, the idea for this video, when I was writing a list in my notepad that I have the video ideas for this series, obviously the whole like title sort of like gives it away, but I wanted to go into things that explore topics and subjects, and sort of like exploring my inner self and all that sort of jazz. And obviously I got some quite like serious topics and stuff, and I thought I wanted something sort of like positive really. And I started to think, and I thought, well, this would be like a really good idea, like what I like feel like are the best sort of parts of me, and I just thought it would help like positivity and stuff. And obviously, I mean, you know, like I've sort of like suffered with depression and stuff and feeling down and whatnot, so I thought this would be like a really good video to sort of like remind myself what I like about myself, and also to sort of like boost myself up when I'm feeling like down and miserable and all that sort of thing. I can like rewatch this video and just sort of like give myself a positive boost, and hopefully it'll work for you guys as well. And I'd love it if any of you, like, if some of you did like video responses with your favourite parts of you as well, as I love watching video responses. That would be super cool if you do that. But yeah, so my favourite part of me, and this isn't just going to be like a physical like aesthetic sort of like features and stuff, this is sort of like qualities, characteristics, and the whole shebang basically. But one of my favourite parts of me, I would have to say, would be that I'm a very good listener, and that's something that I've always been told like my whole life. Like my friends, my family, my sister, like always like come to me like when they have problems, and I'm really good at sort of like listening and being sympathetic and helpful and trying to come up with a solution and stuff. And I think part of me, the reason why I've always been such a good listener is because I'm quite self-conscious, and I don't really like talking about myself. I sort of blend more into the background and let other people sort of like take the limelight and talk about themselves. So I think while in some ways that could sort of be seen as negative, I also think it's a good thing because it helps me to be a good listener, because I sort of develop that skill as I'm not always taking the limelight sort of thing. And it's nice to be able to be someone that people feel like they can come to when they are like in trouble or having a problem or want to vent or whatever. So I always think that's a really good quality. As well, I am kind as well. I always try and be really kind and nice to everyone. That's like something that everyone always says, that I'm really nice, and I always try my hardest to be really kind and nice to everyone. And I think because even though like I do worry and get anxious and stuff, like overall on the whole, like I am a chilled out and laid back person. So I think that's because I'm chilled out, that's why I sort of like just sort of go with the flow sort of thing. So I think I find like kindness personally sort of goes hand in hand with that. And also, what else? My mum always says to me that I have a really good sort of calming, good sort of like aura like around me, and I definitely think that's true. Like all my like pets Had 2 dogs, but we lost one a couple of years ago. So got a dog and a cat, and I'm always their favourite, and they seem to have like flock to me and stuff and find me really like calming when they're really sort of boisterous with everyone else. And my niece as well, who's nearly a year and a half, I'm her favourite as well out of everyone. I think and when she's upset and stuff, she just finds me really like calming, and when I play with her and stuff, she just really like, she's always like following me like my little shadow and stuff. And my mum says just because I have like this sort of like way about me, and when I think about it, I think it's actually quite true, because children always seem to be drawn to me and stuff, and like animals and things like that. So I think it's my nature, I suppose. Another part of me that I think is good, that I didn't always used to think was good, is that I'm an introvert. I always used to sort of attribute being introverted to sort of all the sort of like negative qualities, and I really always sort of used to think of myself as like a loner and things like that, and I really wanted to be sort of really like extrovert and super like outgoing and stuff like that. But as I've gotten older, I've started to see that being introverted as a positive thing, as I really enjoy my own company. Like, I can spend a lot of time with myself, whereas some people, they hate spending any time with themselves at all. So I really enjoy my own company, so means I can explore and get to like know myself, and I spend a lot of time sort of like reflecting and all that sort of thing. I'm also, I'd say, borderline empath. Like, I feel like really in tune to like other people's like emotions and feelings and like what they're going through and stuff, and it does like quite like affect me and stuff, and I think that is actually quite cool. Like, I love being able to sort of feel what someone's feeling and all that sort of thing. I'm very like in touch with my intuition and like my gut feeling about things as well. Like, I always know straight away if I'm gonna like someone or not, and I'm always right. Like, and I know as well, I always listen to like my guardian angel, my inner voice and things like that, and it saved me so many times from things like having car accidents and all sorts of stuff. And yeah, so I'm sort of like, I think that's a really good part, to be like in touch like with your intuition and all that sort of thing. I like to think that I'm a well balanced person as well. Like, I am bubbly and sociable and things like that, but I'm also quiet and reflective, and so I think like it's like a nice balance. Another thing that I think is a good and best part of me is actually, I would say, my heritage as well. I think I've covered in a video for this series before. If I haven't, I will do it, about how growing up for absolutely years I hate being mixed race. I always wanted to be like completely white, and I just hate that I like stuck out sort of thing. But now, sort of growing up, like having grown up and being older and stuff, I really love my heritage, as I think like it's like really unique and stuff. And like, obviously on my mum's side, English, I'm originally, and her and her family are originally from Essex, although we don't live in Essex. And my uncle on her side sort of like did a genealogy thing and looked into our family tree, and we think we possibly got like gypsy in our, as in proper like Romany gypsy like in our family and stuff like that. So that's really cool. And then obviously like on my dad's side, obviously he's American and from Georgia, but we're from Georgia, like near Atlanta, and part Native American. I've always been really drawn to Native American spirituality. Part Cherokee Indian on my dad's side, so I think it was my dad's great grandmother or great grandmother, something like that. And it's just, I don't know, it's just like really cool. And also as well, my grandmother, so my dad's mother, used to go to a church with Martin Luther King, so that's always something that I've always loved to brag about. I mean, I've seen his memorial in Atlanta when I was young, and he is like, I just think he's so inspirational, and he is one of the people I would love to have met. So I think that's really cool. And yeah, and I've travelled a lot as well, so I think I'm quite well cultured, so that's another good part of me. I've always liked my hands, because like physically I've always been like, there's not really been much stuff that I've liked about myself, but I always, one of the things I've always liked is my hands. Like I've got quite like long slender fingers, my mum calls them piano player's fingers, so yeah, I've always liked my hands, and I like putting nail polish and things on, even though I haven't got any on at the moment. What else do I like about myself? Struggle. No, my hair as well, although like it does like really piss me off. Like I like, it is quite versatile because it's quite thick. Like when I want to curl it, it holds curls really well, and then obviously I can straighten it and all that stuff, and it's grown nice and long and stuff like that. People always say that I've got a really nice smile. Like everyone always says I want to work or out and about or people I know or whatever. So yeah, so that's cool. So I do quite like my smile. It's quite a cool thing. I'm trying to think like of other things, but I think one of my favourite things about myself obviously has to be my spirituality and being a Wiccan and stuff like that. Like it's such like a massive part of myself. I think because I've grown up with it as well. Like, I mean, as you guys know, I got into the craft just before I turned 13, and obviously now I'm like 26, so I've been crafts been like all of my teenage life and all my like adult life, and I just can't imagine like it not being part of my life, and it's such a like big defining characteristic for me, and I always think that's like one of the coolest parts of myself. Trying to think of something else, but I feel like all of the things I've said have sort of repeated myself, but they all do sort of like linking together, so I suppose that's cool, I guess. And my tattoos as well. Ooh, didn't even show you that then. Yeah, my tattoos as well, in that I was actually brave enough to get them done, as I have a super low pain threshold, and I've wanted like fairy and butterflies tattoo for years and years and years, and I like that I was actually brave enough to go and get it done and go through with it, even though it did hurt like hell. So yeah, so I can't really think of anything else, to be honest, but yeah, so, and this video is quite long anyway, so yeah, I just thought it was like quite fun to try and list the sort of things that I do like about myself, and I would love to hear in the comments what you like about yourself, and obviously the best parts of yourself and all that sort of stuff. And I really hope you liked this video. Like, comment and let me know what you thought, because I might do sort of more similar videos like on happiness and all that sort of stuff as well. So yeah, and thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Blessed be.